Okay, let me get this started. I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your AEW Dynamite review for July 28th, 2021. And this is Fight for the Fallen. We got JR, Tony Schiavone, and Excalibur all on commentary here in Charlotte, North Carolina, back on the road with fans still in attendance. How much longer will this be taking place? It's up in the air. We don't know. There's a lot of rumors that potentially we might be back to not so many fans, and that would just be horrible and terrible. But this show is not going to start out that way. No, we're going to start off with a little bit of a video package showing Adam Page and his crew, his friends from the Dark Order, and they're reiterating, Adam Page, he's a cowboy, right? And he does cowboy things. They got horses. That way that you know that he is indeed a cowboy. They got a voiceover playing and talking about how you don't have to wear a hat to be a cowboy. And I suppose that's true. It was a little nice way to show Adam Page here as he's about to go into a buck wild match. I'm talking about a 10-man tag team elimination match. My goodness, did they have enough people out here? Oh my God. Don Callis is on commentary, so that is a plus. It is Adam Page, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, and Evil Uno. Oh, and Stu Grayson versus the Elite Squad. They come out with the Space Jam music. I was marking out for that. They even had some little Space Jam inspired jerseys, so that was cool. You got Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson, Kenny Omega. My goodness, are you ready for this? Yes. They got hoops. They got basketballs. They're doing some cross promotion for the new movie. I haven't seen the new Space Jam. Of course, I've seen the old one, but not this one. But they're advertising it. Apparently, it's good. I don't know. I feel like if I don't watch it, I'm not going to miss out on anything. Am I wrong for thinking that? I don't know. JR commentates, has some interesting comments here during this match. It's always funny to me because JR will put his real thoughts out there kind of subtly. I don't know if the other announcers notice this, but, he's like, oh my God, it's so chaotic out here. You need two refs. You can't follow the action. And, I was feeling that a little bit. But luckily, some people were getting eliminated. And really, the important part about this match, whether you got 10 people or you got 100 people, is, getting down to that Kenny Omega and getting down to Adam Page, where you're going to have your future title match here. Now, Stu Grayson, he does a flip to the outside, right? Flipping multiple times. Cool. Awesome. You got 100 guys on the outside to catch him. I'm like, how could you possibly miss this? I don't know, but this dude most certainly did miss it. What's up, Super Serpent? So check this out, man. He's flying to the outside. He's got everybody in the world to catch him, and he just, boom, slaps right there on the mat on the outside. I'm just like, ouch. Holy crap. How does this happen? I don't know, but Evil Uno hits a one-winged angel, and of course he's not kicking out of that. And they're going for an Indie Taker on Silver on the outside, but, that's just not enough. You also have a basketball hoop on the outside, and Omega hands Nick, I think, the ball, and Nick goes to dunk the basketball. Misses, I don't know how, because he was elevated way in the air, and he still missed it. But they did hit that Indie Taker on the outside, and that is a freaking brutal. Silver is eliminated by Matt Jackson. And Page is setting up for the buckshot lariat on the inside, but there's too many people in the ring, and he kind of pulls back a little bit, and you can see a little bit of that fear in his eye, a little bit of trepidation, perhaps, that he's not exactly ready to get in there, but he remembers the words that his Dark Order boys were letting him know that, you got to face these challenges, and you got to get in there, and you got to do it. So he gets in there. He's getting beat up, He's getting attacked. He's reluctantly getting in the ring. But Omega. The fans, what was weird about this, when he's finally in the ring with Omega, I thought that people would be more excited or, just exploding and people jumping up and down and going crazy, but they were a little quiet. So I don't know what was going on with that, but you know what? Omega, he spits in the face of Paige and they start fighting. Paige is triple teamed over here. But by God, even after this, Paige kicks out. Paige fires up with this moonsault on the outside. He hits these guys. There's no missing that. So good for him. He didn't land on the floor because, that stuff, it looked painful. Would not want to be doing this. Nick Jackson, or Matt Jackson, rather, he gets eliminated. And Omega tries to use the belt to cheat because, of course he does. He's a freaking jerk, man. He's got to be taking these shortcuts. Says that he's so good, but is still got to cheat. What is up with that? Look, the referee has his back turned. Omega does get to hit that championship. And with the two, he Omega is just like incensed, grabbing the referee and shaking him like, I can't believe this. So much frustration. It was nuts. Omega going crazy. But he starts going crazy, throwing these kicks, gets that one-winged angel on Paige and beats him. So a little surprised to see Omega just beat Paige, but with the circumstance, understandable. I mean, no one can overcome those kind of odds. You're getting triple teamed. You survive all this, cheating involved, and so JR on commentary is like, I have a lot more respect for Adam Page after this. And of course, that's what you want. It's going to happen. And one thing that I did notice that after all this, after everything Omega has done in the match, like when he goes through that ending sequence, he's like 100%. No tiredness, no exhaustion, nothing. 100%. Just knee, doing his finisher, whatever, all gas, no brakes. And the elite guys, they celebrate. And so this is going to continue, of course, when we get our championship match in the future. Now, backstage, Alex Marvez, he's interviewing Pac. Now, the rest of the Death Triangle is supposed to be there, but they're not there. Why are the Lucha Brothers not there? Well, apparently they are stuck at the airport. Chavo comes in and lets us know that, they sent a limo, and Chavo is nice enough to explain to us that what a limo is and what a limo does, and that they're going to be bringing them to the show. I don't know. Andrade's there, and I was glad that Chavo was speaking for Andrade. And but Andrade, he cuts a promo right after this, right after Chavo does his little explanation, let everybody know that these are bad guys that we're dealing with. And I legitimately, I didn't know what Andrade said. I rewinded it and I watched it again and I still couldn't understand him. I was like, the subtitles were gone and I was just left struggling. So I have no idea. He said something, but totally missed that. So all I can say is I'm glad that Chavo Guerrero is going to be a mouthpiece for him in this particular situation. Now, on the ramp, we got Taz. What is Taz in? He's in some kind of box. I don't know. It's some kind of platform. It's got like a logo on it. Like, what? It wasn't like on the stage. It was kind of like in the fan area. What's the point of that? What is that supposed to be? He's like in some kind of like DJ platform kind of thing. I have no idea. There was no explanation. And they just did this thing and it was over, like just as quick as that. He introduces the FTW champion, Absolute Ricky Starks, with his son, Hook, right? Taz's son, Hook, and they got a marching band. They're there to celebrate the big win from Ricky Starks becoming the champion and all this, right? And kind of a sad marching band. I mean, you got like one like bass drum and a trombone and a what was like a tuba over there. It sounded kind of sad. I mean, it sounded weak. Like, what kind of marching band is this, right? So, So as Ricky Starks, as out there talking about how he's the glue here in Team Taz. You know what? Brian Cage has enough of this talking, enough talk, comes down, takes down the trombone, takes it in the ring, breaks it in half on the outside. It's got that drum and puts the drum comically through the head of some dude. Gets in the ring and goes face to face with Starks. And yeah, now look, Ricky Starks, when he came out, he had orange and black balloons. He came in the ring with these orange roses. I didn't know you could get orange roses, but he had them and he tossed them in Brian Cage's face to give him just enough time to get out of the ring and hightail it out of there, to run away, to escape, right? So he runs away and he's got Hook with him. So yeah, that showdown, it's going to be happening. Is it going to happen next week? It's going to be happening really soon. Now we see Hiroshi Tanahashi, and he wants to face the winner of tonight's IWGP United States Championship match. By God, that's going to be happening. And yeah, Hiroshi, he wants the guy who wins. So yeah, we'll get to that in just a little bit. FTR with Tully Blanchard, and well, at least for the stage, he had MJF and Spears over there, Wardlow as well. They all had all white on, they're all matching. Well, it's FTR taking on Santana and Ortiz. And what, the battle of who had the worst childhood? Santana and Ortiz have Conan, and Ortiz and Cash begin. And as you can expect, FTR, proud and powerful. This is a good match here, but Harwood, he gets the win here tonight. I hope this continues, not because of the feud, but because of the talent, right? That's what I'm looking forward to. So at some point, I guess it was Cash. Was it Cash on the outside got some kind of injury? Like, this dude was bleeding profusely from his forearm. I don't know what happened to this man. I missed that, but I seen him and he was applying pressure as if he was bleeding a lot. And I was like, these dudes just getting injured left and right, right? Okay, so we go from that match to a injured Britt Baker who broke her wrist on the last episode. And and she has Rebel, she's got Rebel on her side, who was injured the last time she wrestled. And I'm just like, you could fill up an entire brand new show for AEW just with injured talent. How do people keep getting injured? Well, I think we all know why they keep getting injured. But like, I saw a video of Lee Johnson, and this dude looked like he landed on his head. I was like, what are they doing? But by God, hopefully they'll all recover. Because dang, dude, people in AEW getting injured left and right. I mean, I get it, injuries happen, but they're happening at such an what is the word? They're happening at an alarming rate, is what I'm saying. But Tony, yeah, he's interviewing this here in this segment, and all I could think about is, by God, she's the champion. When she's going to be able to wrestle again? I mean, she's got a broken wrist. Oh God! All right, so Tony, he lets us know on the stage about Rampage is going to be debuting on August 13th, and it won't be full of people who are injured, presumably, hopefully. And then on August 20th, the first dance, whatever that's supposed to mean, they're going to be in Chicago, and the fans are chanting for CM Punk. They are chanting CM Punk, like they're showing the fans chanting CM Punk. It's like they're not even trying to hide it. I mean, they called the show The First Dance, right? So, like, I guess that's when CM Punk debuts, or it All Out. I mean, they're not even trying to hide that fact. So, yeah, that's going to be happening. People are excited. Yeah. So Alex Marvez, he's interviewing Sting and Darby Allin. What do they have to say? Darby is letting us know that he will be there August 20th there in Chicago, and he will be ready for anybody. Even even if you're the best in the world. And I'm like, okay, if CM Punk doesn't debut, AEW is just ass. I don't know, man. Like, it seems locked in. I'll believe it when I see it. That's all I'm going to say. Like, it seems like that's the only thing they could possibly do, because it would just be just horrible of them to tease it to this extent. But yeah, I'm just going to believe it when I see it, even though I'm sure he will. Regardless, what's going to happen right now is the IWGP United States Championship match. Isn't it funny how, I mean, maybe it's just me, but from my perspective, the United States IWGP Championship is, it seems a little more important than like the TNT Championship at this point. It's like, oh yeah, Miro is the champion. What is he doing? Well, he's going to be cutting a promo later. Regardless of that, yeah, we got how do you say this name? Hikuleo? He's got King Haku, so that's impressive. And what's even more impressive is this dude's height. Holy crap. I mean, this dude is like tall AF, 6 foot 10 inches. I mean, this dude is looking tall when he's in the ring with someone like Lance Archer. And hey, you know, Haku, he even gets involved in this thing. I would not want to get hit with Haku at any age, but yeah, he hits Lance on the outside, referee's back turn. He didn't see this. Lance, you know, he hits this move. I don't even know what it's called. He does like an old school type thing. You know, he's on the top rope and he does the moonsault. Nice. This is a good match. But blackout center of the ring. It's going to be a retention here for Lance Archer, retaining that championship. What's up, Amir? I see you in the chat. Yeah, so Alex interviews Cody. AEW. Every time, dude. Okay. I mean, you're going to do an interview segment and they're going to have somebody attack, right? And it's like AEW, they can't help it. They're like, okay, here's what we got to do. We're going to set up an interview and you attack 1 second. I mean, as soon as it starts, like they don't even like go for a distance. They don't even like ask a couple of questions. They don't even try to do a segment. They just like boom, attack. And I'm like, okay, so Malachi Black, right? Was he just like chilling out? And he's like, soon as this promo starts, I'm going to kick this dude in the face. Because that's what he did. Soon as it starts, look, they're interviewing Cody. He's directing the show. He's got Tony Khan over there. They got little nameplates over him, or not nameplates, but like titles, like positions, like EVP and all this stuff. And I'm like, is that necessary? Like, people backstage don't know? I mean, look. Everybody, like all the wrestling fans know their job positions, right? But you know, maybe it's just a formality. You know, you don't want like the vice co-executive VP to nobody know who that is, right? So you know, you give everybody a little nameplate, so you know people don't feel left out. Maybe that's why. I don't know. That just seemed weird to me. Like does WWE, do they have like a sign over Vince McMahon that is like, this is the guy running the show? I mean, I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm sure that's just, they just do that for everyone, I guess. Weird. It's just stuck out is all I'm saying. But look, Malachi Black, he comes in and he attacks Cody. And they start fighting through the entrance, right? And this is feet, like a couple of feet. So they're fighting out there. And yeah, people are going crazy. They're excited. Cody's in all white. Once again, Malachi is in all black. They go through this entrance. And finally, after, look, you got Malachi Black. He kicks Cody. Cody's laid out. He's on the stage. He's like, oh my God, I'm all knocked out, whatever, right? And here comes Malachi. He's just standing there. And he's just waiting and waiting. Time is passing. And then eventually, which seemed like forever, people who we just saw come through the entrance that was only feet away to help. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that like they were like, help wrestlers, help us, because, you know, the locker room's so far away. I don't know. But they come down and I don't know. It just seemed like a big gap there, but you know, maybe Malachi just needed to hit that look, hit that pose. You know, you gotta get them shots for the camera, right? Little video package action. You know what I'm saying? Look, now we see the Redeemer Miro, TNT champion. He's got the white strap. He's got the green on the belt. But you know, do people look at Miro and they're like, dude, Miro, this man, awesome. Like, I don't know, dude. It seems a little flat. You know, he's always talking about his wife. She's double jointed, cool, awesome. But it's like, all right, dude, she's hot, cool. But you're the Redeemer. You're God's favorite wrestler. Like, what does that even mean? Like, what? And next week he's going to face Lee Johnson, which made me wonder, like, wait, this man literally took time out of his day to cut a promo going against Lee Johnson? I mean, we see matches all the time in AEW where guys are facing whoever, some random person, and they don't even like mention it beforehand, right? They might have a match card, but I'm not saying they shouldn't have done a promo. It just seemed like Lee Johnson. Oh yeah, well, I guess that's one of like Cody's guys. They really like him. They see a lot in him. I mean, he did just land on his head, right? But regardless, I'm just not super hype about Miro and what he's doing. Just don't feel like he just feels a little flat is all I'm saying. We'll see. Maybe he'll knock my socks off at Lee Johnson. It's not going to happen this week because I'm not wearing socks right now. So we got a trios match right now. That's what's happening. We got Private Party and Angelico with Matt Hardy. It's a home state boy right here from Matt Hardy. They're in North Carolina, right? So, hey, big money Matt, he's got his suit on. That's what he's doing. And they're taking on Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. Marco Stunt is just hanging out. Just to be there, right? On commentary, Tony gets a note about QT Marshall because we're all dying to know what QT Marshall is up to and what he's going to do. If you remember, QT Marshall poured a mixed drink, like a protein shake, on Tony Schiavone's head. And next week, when Tony Schiavone's family's there, he's going to apologize. So expect shenanigans to take place. Yeah. So, Matt, he gets involved in the match, but he gets chased away. So goodbye to him. People are just loving Luchasaurus here in this match, which makes me wonder, why aren't they doing things with him? Right? I mean, he's in these tag matches with Jungle Boy, but I mean, people really like him. So yeah, I guess he's just going to be in this tag team for a whole hot minute until they can split him up. I don't know. That's going to suck. Either way, it just seems like they would do more things with old Luchasaurus, because this man, people just love him. I don't know what it is. Is it because he's a dinosaur? Because he's big? Because he's smart? Probably not because he's a smart guy, but he just looks cool, right? And he was looking cool hitting a German suplex on 3 guys at the same time. I mean, that's impressive. That's some strength. But yeah, Christian Cage gets in the ring with that frog splash that he does. He gets the win. So good for him. Celebration. Everybody's happy. You know, Jurassic Express, they're excited. Christian Cage is excited. They're like, yeah, I won a match. This is awesome. But old Blade comes out of the crowd. He's got the brass knucks loaded up on his fist and hits Christian right in the face, laying him out. My goodness. We see a video package with Nick Gage and, all of his brutality that he does. All right. So cool. That's going to be in the main event. But right now, got Thunder Rosa, who is now signed with AEW. She was signed on her birthday. They play a little video promo during her entrance. She's taking on Julia Hart. She's got the Varsity Blondes on her side. Video promo plays during her entrance, so that's cool. People are chanting for Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa lays in some thunderous chops across the chest. I mean, my goodness, she gets that fire thunder driver. Thunder Rosa wins. And hardly any, if any, offense from Julia Hart. Glad to see that they have finally signed Thunder Rosa. That seemed like a no-brainer because, I mean, she's been wrestling in multiple companies. She seems to be a hot commodity, and people love her, so there you go. Got John Moxley. He's drinking again. He's got a flask in his hand, and he speaks on Tanahashi and others who are coming through the forbidden door. So there you go, John Moxley fans. But what we got right here is the main event. The 5 Labors of Jericho. It's book 2, chapter 2. What? I think it's book 2, right? The marketing for this is all over the place. I mean, it's a lot of words for me to try to remember and write down is all I'm saying. So MJF is on commentary. It's a no rules match. Nick Gage taking on the Painmaker Chris Jericho. And the question that I need to have answered is, how did Nick Gage show up in AEW with teeth like that, knowing that Britt Baker, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, is in the building? This man walked in and walked out with some effed up teeth. So we all knew going into this thing that a match with Nick Gage is going to be crazy and it's going to be brutal. But what I didn't expect is Nick Gage's entrance to be longer, like his introduction from Justin Roberts to be longer than his actual walk down the ring. Nick Gage was looking like he had never walked in an arena in his life because he just walked out, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of Nick Gage fans, and when I say a lot, I don't get it. Look, hey, people can like who they want to like. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to hate on it, but I'm surprised a little they brought him into AEW. I mean, it makes sense. I guess he was on the dark side of the ring, and he's a tough opponent for Chris Jericho to beat. So it makes sense, but yeah, probably not going to be seeing a lot of him in AEW in the future, regardless of how his fans feel about him. So yeah, plus AEW and working with other promotions like Game Changer Wrestling and whatnot. So yeah, seems like it was inevitable. And what also was inevitable was a pizza cutter. My God, this crazy mofo, Nick Gage. He has these cutters in his hands before the match begins. There's no rules. I don't think there was even any bells going on in this thing to indicate that it has started. But yeah, they're going at it. He's using it. He's cutting Jericho. I mean, he slices him and he's hitting moves on Jericho left and right. But Jericho slaps on them walls. And Nick Gage, he grabs the ropes, but look, there's no rules. And this thing spills out to the outside where Nick is pulling out some light tubes. Jericho's grabbing a bat. Nick is getting light tube after light tubes. And Nick, I don't know how he didn't see Jericho with the baseball bat. I don't know how he didn't see him pull out the baseball bat. I don't know how he didn't see Jericho loading up that baseball bat to hit him with it. But he didn't. That baseball bat hit in the back, going across Nick Gage, beating him up, my man. That's what's happening here. And once Nick Gage gets back to his feet, he's got the pizza cutter in his cargo pants, slicing up Jericho's head. Nick is assaulting with these chairs. Referee Aubrey Edwards is looking like she's giving Nick some instructions during the commercial break, so I don't know what's up with that. Nick is pulling out plates of glass. He puts them up on 2 chair seats, and Cage, Nick Gage, he's putting Jericho's head under the glass, going to the top rope, but Jericho moves, starts punching Nick Gage up on the top, and Jericho hits a top rope, by God, Hurricane Rana through the glass on Nick Gage. Holy crap. And it seemed like, with my eyes, that the fans were getting hit with glass because fans in the front row were like, what the? Seeing glass fly around everywhere. So I'm hoping that they didn't hit the fans with glass because that would be bad. I mean, you you don't want that. Like I understand at a smaller show, especially when they expect to see death matches and stuff like this. But when you're at a larger show like an AEW show, I mean, you're not expecting to get hit with projectiles during any match. You don't want to be hitting the children's with glass in their eyeballs. You don't want this to happen. Look, they got this glass everywhere. Like Jericho gets spine busted on some glass. Looks painful. Looks bad. Jericho's a bloody mess. Of course he is. Jericho's stabbed with the light tube. So Nick Gage is, hitting all of his moves, all of his spots. He pulls out the 4X taped up light tubes that are all taped up together. Jericho uses a miss and breaks those light tubes over Nick, and boom, with the Judas effect, and Chris Jericho wins. So big win for Jericho. I mean, well, he had to win this match, right? Excuse me. So he has to go through the labors of Jericho so he can face MJF. He's done it once again. Jericho is incensed. He's mad. He gets a microphone and he says, look, labor 3 coming up, coming at you. What's it going to be? In this match, you have to win with the top rope maneuver. And I'm like, that doesn't seem difficult or hard. I mean, even for Jericho, like, dude could hit a cross body and like go into a pin, right? Yeah, but it's not going to be against anybody. It's going to be against old foe, the Juice, Juventud Guerrero. I'm like, what? They're bringing this man back? Well, cool for Jericho. I don't even know what kind of shape Juventud Guerrero is in, like in 2021, but I'm sure he's going to be fine, right? Hopefully. I mean, look, if Jericho can work a match on television with Nick Gage in the main event, I'm pretty sure he could face Juventud Guerrero when he's 100. So, anyways, that was AEW Dynamite. Thank you guys so much for watching. And follow me on Twitter at MXW Chronics, on Twitch at twitch.tv/donut_space. And check out the YouTube Wrestling Federation, facebook.com/YouTube Wrestling Federation, youtube.com/YouTube Wrestling Federation. Got those links in the descriptions. So check them out, and we'll catch you guys next time.